GENUS Power is the leading manufacturing company and supplier of end-to-end smart metering solutions across the Asia Pacific region. With decades of experience in providing customized and top-notch solutions to power transmission and distribution sector, GENUS Power is uniquely positioned to cater to the needs of the power sector. Today, we are interviewing the CHRO of GENUS Power, Mr. Arjya Mishra. After completing his MBA from Bharatiya Vidyapeeth, he went on to learn strategic management, business, and corporate strategy from Xavier School of Management. He has been a part of GENUS Power for almost 7 years now and is known to be a strategic thinker with a collaborative mindset and a positive attitude. Hi, Arjya sir.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. So, firstly, I'd like to congratulate you and your team on winning the Employees' Choice Award.
Thank you so much.
Right. So now I have a couple of questions, starting from why do you think employee engagement is important for GENUS Power to succeed?
Yeah, employee engagement is important not only for GENUS Power, it is important for all the organizations. And when we talk about to build the culture, improve the productivity, and reduce the employee turnover, and achieving the higher rate of performance, all these are possible only through employee engagement. I mean, the higher number of engagement ratio, the productivity efficiency would be high, so as the business will be in competitive advantage and earn good amount of return. I mean, in this world, I mean, it is going to be very competitive in all the business, cutthroat. So how to deal with that? So this is certainly one area the engaged employee will be resultant into higher productivity and efficiency.
What unique strategies did your company follow for retention and engagement of employees?
Unlike other companies, we also follow the reward and recognition scheme, the engagement scheme through performance management system, and also through various initiatives wherein our employees engaged themselves in the strategic processes of the company. However, if you'll ask me, GENUS, what uniqueness we are, what is our USP? The number one USP which we follow is balancing the work life for our employees. We constantly strive and ensure that our employees should spend good amount of time with their families, and also the effectiveness during the working has to be 100%. So likewise, while we are working on to maintain that balancing effect, so a lot of strategic decisions, a lot of initiatives we are certainly driving on that basis. Also for their employee, what they expect the self development as well. So we constantly design various programs, individual programs for the employees, so that they can professionally and personally, and as far as the competency wise, everywhere they will be improved themselves.
Okay, so what are some key ways to drive a successful organization culture?
See, the key ways to drive the organization culture, it's a big term. And when I talk about the organization culture, it starts from the vision and mission of the organization. The well-described vision and mission and the awareness of each and every employee working in this organization. What is the vision? What is the goal? What are the strategies? It is so very important. And when I said organization culture, now culture is certainly depending on the values. What are the values organization is following, So most of the organization, these values are become the written values. In GENUS, what we do, we convert those written values into the practice values. We live up those values. Each and every employee who are working in GENUS, so they are practicing those values. So our core values, it's being practiced, and we award them, and we see to it that how the values are getting converted into the culture. So once these values getting converted into the culture, so in this main time, the culture is also improving over the period of time.
Okay, so with more Gen Z entering the workforce, what are the critical changes that your organization is bringing about?
Yes, when the Gen Z are coming into organization. So their lookout is very dynamic nowadays. I mean, I mean, of course, the entire scenario of industrial revolution, we said, and Gen Z's enter into the business. So what they expect normally, the flexibility and also the empowerment from the day one, you know, and involvement into various business initiatives. That's what motivate them. That's what create them agile with the system. You know, what we do normally, we establish here in Genus the flexibility. With them, we are flexible in many things. I mean, we are not very stringent company. We are quite flexible with all our processes and systems. Number one. Second, the well described expectation discussion, which constantly evolve over the period of time, so that they also understand what kind of contribution they are making to the company's goal and objective. So they feel the part of the belongingness kind of. And the third part, what we do, and the communication. So establish the communication, the focus group discussions and the small group discussion. That's what we constantly doing, so that all these NG they are engaged themselves.
What do you consider your biggest achievement? It could be personal or professional.
Yeah, this is a very difficult questions to answer, but I think nobody can answer this question, that what is the biggest achievement so far, or maybe personal or professional, because always the achievement is yet to come kind of. That's how the expectations are. And how far? I mean, if I'll talk about personal achievement, so the biggest satisfaction for someone when we cater to, I mean, when we fulfill all our family's expectations, and their dreams. So capable of fulfilling their expectation, and that's one personal satisfaction. And also when see to it that the employees and the subordinates and my team, when help them to grow professionally. So these are some of the personal achievements, certainly. And as far as professional, there are few. I mean, yes, when I take up the responsibility of Genus as a head of HR role at the age of say 38, so that's certainly a personal achievement at that age, and be a part of the executive council team and taking care of the entire business, not only HR but part of the business decision maker. So these are some of the certainly personal achievements.
Great, sir. So what message would you like to give to young HR professionals?
Young HR professionals has to be very competitive with respect to one, the knowledge base. Sometimes we feel like that the conceptual knowledge is not necessary because the practical world is completely different. However, through this, I wanted to give this message that concepts and the conceptual knowledge have plays equally important role as practical exposure is concerned. So focus always on the learning and development. I mean, constant learning. And also in today, the HR professional, they should, mm, and this is my personal observation. What I found sometimes, they are very uh, uh, not very agile, not very uh, uh, prompt on receiving the feedback and the improvement areas, so which is very important. So always try to get some of the discussion, involve them into discussion where they'll get the information or maybe the input that where the improvement is needed, and accept all these feedback as a prasad and take them and work them and develop. And that's what missing nowadays. I mean, all of us, all the leaders, those who are there today, they feel they are 100%, and that feeling of 100% is not valid, right?
Yes, sir. So how has W.E Matter helped GENUS Power improve employee engagement and well-being?
Yes, we engaged with We Matters, and let me first appreciate the kind of engagement we have done. Number one, the study itself, when the employee participation is concerned, the study itself, I mean, it is conducted with respect to restrict or maybe respecting the priority or privacy of the employee. This is number one. Number two, the questionnaire and the presentation and the process is so well defined, so that the employees, those who participated, they have very easily or very effectively, they made it so nicely that the participation has been increased. This is number two. Third, the questionnaire and the process is so well defined, the segment, the 5-layer structure and all. So this is again a resultant into a positive outcome. So all these of the more are so very important when we talk about the We Matter. And also in personal front, before we'll initiate the exercise, the kind of collaboration, the kind of discussion, what happened, the professional discussion, then the collaborative approach. They understood what GENUS is. We understood what We Matter. That must be praiseworthy. All the professionals, those who are working for We Matters, they are quite a good professionals and they understand the business. Of course, because of their reach in different agencies, different industries and all, they have uh, certainly in upper hand as far as the engagement study is concerned.
Right. Okay, sir. So how have the initiatives driven by We Matter insights impacted business?
See, the engagement, when we talk about the one clear-cut, evident input which we got is the communication. So some our objective which is come that we need to improve upon the communication. From there, when I take it forward, so we then further design a lot of communications programs, whether it is skip level meeting, whether it is focused group discussion, whether it is different communication channel. We name some employee connect program, something like that. We design various programs for various stratigraphy of the employees. So our organization have various stratigraphy of employees. There are associates, those who are working in the direct line. There are supervisors, there are staffs, there are design engineers and all. So we design various programs for different people and then striving towards them. So one thing which we have already initiated, the communication part. And second thing, another point which came up is like the relationship, the collaborative approach amongst the team. There are various functional teams, and that collaboration which is expected, it was not there. So we again further design some of the collaborative program, the camaraderie program, and we engage some of the professionals, those who are good at them, and to conduct that various programs for creating that collaborative culture. So these are certain input which we certainly received and working on to that. And it's a journey of definitely it's a journey which will take some time to get the result.
Okay, sir. So my last question is, what 3 words would you use to describe We Matter and its work?
One, which I said, the collaborative. And second, it's very challenging. Yeah. And the third, I must say, very professional approach. Very professional. When I said professional approach, so they understand the privacy. They understand the importance, and also they understand how can they help the organization, not only with the results, but also the suggested action plans, which is very important. See, engagement organizations, they conduct the study, they give the result, and that's it. But here what I found the differentiation, that with this result and some of the suggested action plans they also give it. So those action plan will help the organization to either make and create that kind of culture into the engagement culture in the organization.
Right, sir. So thank you so much for your kind words and enthusiasm. And well, I'd like to thank you on behalf of my entire company for bringing out some time from your schedule and making this interview happen. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.